Hello. What's up, guys, and welcome to another BullRush live podcast. My name's Davin, and today is April 4th, 2025. We have an amazing news show for you guys. We got some really big announcements. I say this every week, but BullRush is constantly innovating, so we have another huge announcement this week. We have our first sponsored news competition. So this week's news competition, which will be starting here in about 15 minutes at 8:30, is going to be sponsored by News Squawk. Don't worry, we'll get into that a little bit more here in just a second. But huge news. Very interested to see how non-farm plays out. And like I said, huge new sponsor. We got some huge prizes, which we'll go over in just a minute. We got some big news stories today. We have, some obviously non-farm payroll. It's non-farm payroll Fridays. Woo! We got some currency news as far as USD and Euro and Swiss francs. So we'll get into all of that and how the recent tariff announcements this week have affected that. We'll also get into gold. So we'll check out what's happening with gold. Every week I feel like we're having a new all-time high with gold, and we have some new news coming out with gold. So we'll take a look at that. And then, of course, my little favorite crypto corner. We'll take a look at what all of the top, we'll call it the top 5 cryptos are doing this week and how they reacted this week to all of the news and yeah, all of the news and info coming out this week. But first off, non-farm. Before I get into the new Squawk non-farm payroll, I'll just get into my little forecast of what we're looking at here with non-farm. Sorry, my mic keeps falling down. Oh. So non-farm, all eyes obviously this morning are on non-farm payroll, especially with all the tariff news and everything else that we have going on. The forecast for April's non-farm payroll stands at 135,000 new jobs, a slowdown from March's number of 151,000. Markets will be watching really closely to see if if the labor market is continuing to cool or if we get an upside surprise. A softer number today could further fuel red leather, yellow leather. A softer number today could further fuel expectations for Fed rate cuts later this year, especially after the dollar's recent decline following the White House's sweeping new tariff plans. But a stronger than expected job figure could reignite hawkish sentiment and bring volatility back into the dollar pairs, equities, and gold. Expect sharp movements in USD pairs, especially Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD JPY right after the release. Gold and US indices may also see a spike in volatility, of course, after the news is released. We'll check out all of those. I'm interested to see how gold reacts because that's been one of the most volatile. And then, of course, I'm really interested to see how Euro USD reacts. I think those might be the biggest movers. But without further ado, before this competition starts, we got 10 minutes to go over. I got two big BullRush breaking news is today. First, non-farm with the new Squawk, and then the second thing is related to our Build Your Own competition. We'll have another giveaway on top of the Build Your Own competition. So we'll get into that after we look at the, we'll do that. We'll announce that and look into that and take a deep dive into that after the non-farm news is released and we have that non-farm competition going. We'll take a little break to let everybody place their trades and we'll go over that news. So let's hop right in. Let's check out the new non-farm payroll competition. Just here. And what's up, guys? As always, if you have any questions, if comments, concerns, you want to say I look funny, feel free to say it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat, whether you're on Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. I'll be looking at the chat, and I want to talk to you guys. So come on, put your comments or questions there. But non-farm payroll is now sponsored by an amazing news company, News Squawk. This is what News Squawk looks like. They have the fastest, most up-to-date, red folder events or and just news in general. So here we can see all of the upcoming news events here in the United States that we're waiting for. You're able to filter by country. So if I want to see any, most countries here. You know, if I want to see Guyana's upcoming, you know, news events, okay, picked a bad one. But if I want to see Japan's upcoming news events here, all right, no new news events today. But we can also look at global here. Where's global? So we can see all of the total. Okay, maybe no global ones, but here you go. This is what I was trying to get. So we can see all of the upcoming news events today. We see that Swiss unemployment rate just came out earlier this morning, came in at 2.8%. And then Swedish, we got Swedish, you got all your different kinds of news, red folder events, and like I said, they are instant. We're about to see this at 8:30. I'll have this screen pulled up and we can look at that. Also, check out this article on News Squawk, how to trade non-farm payroll. We'll go over that in just a second, but first I wanted to show you these amazing prizes that News Squawk is giving away. What's up, Master Trade for Best? How are you doing, bro? Are you in the News Squawk non-farm payroll competition? If you're not, hop in there. Let me see if I see your name in here. You're always near the. I don't. Ooh. Oh, there you go. I see you in here. Make sure you're trading, brother. Make sure you're trading. Davin, good to see you again. Congratulations. All the best to you in BullRush. Great season to start, and we'll continue for a long term. Big hug. Love the big hugs. Great job. But the new prizes, what everybody has been waiting for here, we have our News Squawk prizes. So if we open that up here, give it a sec. First place is going to get 6-month subscription to News Squawk. I believe it costs like around $100 per month, or something like that. Second place is going to get a 3-month subscription to News Squawk. Third place is going to get a 3-month subscription to News Squawk. Fourth through 10th place are all going to get 1-month subscriptions to News Squawk. So I believe the total of this is like $5,000 of prizes that we're giving away for this competition. So value $5,000 worth of prizes. First place 6 months, second and third place 3 months, and then fourth through 10th place is going to be receiving 1 month of News Squawk for free. Remember, before we only had like 3 prizes, so now the top 10 people in here will be receiving prizes. So make sure you join this. It's going to be starting here in 6 minutes and 8 seconds. You have until then to join. It'll be going on for 1 hour. So from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 9:30 a.m. Eastern, you can try to trade anything that you'd like. In regards to the news events, anything that we usually have on our BullRush competitions, nothing is blocked out. So how to trade a non-farm payroll. Well, the monthly U.S. job report is released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The employment situation report notes how many workers were added to the economy in the month, as well as providing other labor market gauges like unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, and traders are usually focused on the headline non-farm payroll, or NFP, which tells us the number of paid workers that were added in the month, excluding farm and government workers. So no post office employees, no military soldiers, no, not counting Farmer Joe down the road growing potatoes, none of those, just everything except for farmers and, let me look for United States here, United States farmers and government employees. So here we can see, like I mentioned earlier, our non-farm this month is expected to be 135, a little bit less than what last month was, 151, but the expected low and high is all the way down to 50,000 for the low and 185,000 for the high. So I'm very, very interested to see where this goes. My guess is it's probably going to be around here, maybe like 125,000 if I had to guess, but we'll find out here in 5 minutes. So I'll make sure at 8:29 we'll go over here and make sure we're looking so you guys can see how lightning fast News Squawk is. Well, the data, also another thing to note about new non-farm, the data is always released on the first Friday of every month, I believe, except for 1 month every year it's not released, but essentially the first Friday of every month at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And of course, the data, if you're a BullRush trader, is released on News Squawk feed as well as over the audio News Squawk radio. Traders tend to focus on the headline non-farm payrolls number, the unemployment rate, and the average hourly earnings numbers. We take a closer look at other metrics, which include breakdown of type of jobs, measures, and labor market slack, like how labor participation has changed in the month. And of course, I'll give you an exclusive inside look at all of this today on this news show. Usually you have to, we'll see pricing, what these memberships are worth here. Yeah, so we're looking at about 170 pounds a month here. Yeah, 174 pounds a month. So you're saving a lot more actually. 174 a month. First place is getting over $1,000 there worth of where are we? Yeah, first place here is getting over $1,000 worth of subscriptions. Here we're getting over $500, over 500. So you're getting a good value here. Some huge prizes being given away by News Squawk here today. Just see what else. So yeah, inspection over the course of a month, there are many data releases that give us clues about how labor market conditions are faring. Weekly initial job claims and continuing claims data, the employment sub-indices within the business surveys like ISM and S&P Global PMIs are all very useful. The ADP Research Institute also releases a monthly national employment report, usually published a couple days before the official jobs data, which helps traders shape expectations. The main difference between the official jobs data and the ADP report is that the former is based on statistics from 2 monthly surveys, the household survey, which measures labor force status, including unemployment by demographic characteristics, and the establishment survey, which measures non-farm employment, hours, and earnings by industry. The latter is based on actual transactional payroll data, as well as past official BLS reports. From the academic perspective, if jobs data was positive, which may mean non-farm payrolls are above expectation, unemployment rates are falling, and the participation rate increasing, wage rising, you could see the following impacts. Equities, growth assets like stocks should benefit, defense assets like bonds underperform, USD rally. Energy will probably be higher on upbeat data, but depends on the extent of the dollar reaction / strength. And then, of course, in metals, we see an industrial metals price firm up. Now, if it is a negative announcement, conversely, a negative announcement related to expectations could be a sign of a weakening economy that would require policy support. You could see the following impacts. Stocks come under pressure, defense assets like bonds rally, USD value drops, probably lower downbeat data, but depends on extent of dollar reaction strength, and industrial metals drop. Now, before I miss the announcement, let's hop on here and we should see the live update here. Let's give it a quick refresh just in case something froze here. I don't want anyone to miss it. Boom. All right, let's check it out. Non-farm payroll right here. What is the actual? Should come out here right at 8:30. Like I said earlier when I was going over my report and we just looked at News Squawk's kind of forecast here. Softer number could fuel expectations of Fed rate cuts later this year, especially after the dollar's recent decline following the White House's sweeping tariff plan. And a stronger than expected job figure could reignite hawkish sentiment and bring volatility back into dollar pairs, especially Euro USD, JBP USD, and USD JPY right after the release. Gold and US indices may also see a spike in volatility. And we have the news. It's 8:30. Let's see the update here. Maybe I don't have the live update set. Maybe I have to just hit a little refresh. All right, so it got announced, so give it a few seconds here. It'll make a lot of times, a lot of these news figures don't come out for a while. Well, I want to get that off. Let's see. Another refresh here. Davin, have you seen any price changes there due to tariffs? Um, Not honestly, not directly. Yes, I'm sure there's some price changes with some larger, priced items, cars, things like that, machinery, equipment. But no, honestly, in grocery stores and things like that, we have not seen many changes in price changes as far as like everyday items. Oh, well, we got the news events coming out now. So average earnings was 0.3%. Average U.S. earnings year over year was 3.8%, 0.1% lower than what we expected. Wow! Holy macaroni! Holy mackerel! We're at 228,000 new non-farm payroll jobs. That is wow, that's really, really crazy. And then, of course, the revised is 117K. Okay, so we went down a little bit here for last month. But 228,000. That's insane. So let's hop over. Well, first, let's hop into the non-farm. Let's see if anybody set anything up here. Because remember, this competition does technically start 1 minute before the news event comes out. So, and we already have 4 people disqualified. Right now, we got Viba Haya in first place with 2.58% returns. We got my boy HB here in second place with 1.61% returns. We got Stephanie in third place with 1.40% returns. Sammy in fourth with 1981 in fourth with 1.36% returns. And then we got the champ, in fifth place with 1.31% returns. Insane right there. What's up, Ryan? From Twitch. How are you doing, man? This is crazy though. Wow. What 228,000. What's the unemployment rate? And unemployment rate went up. So unemployment rate went up last month. It was 4.1%. This month it's 4.2% with a 0.1% change. Let's hop into the charts here and see how these some of these currencies that we were talking about earlier, Euro USD, JBP USD, USD JPY, and gold, of course, are doing. So first, let's check out Euro USD right here. Let me change it to the quick, it's only been a few minutes here. Yeah, so we see a decline here right when the news came out, or right before the news, of course, and it's just very volatile. Let's hop over here to JBP USD, see how this is doing. Why do I have 2 different settings on the what are we doing here? There you go. So not too crazy. I thought it was gonna be yep, like expected, and this should be doing very similar, making some very similar movements. I'm doing good, Ryan. I'm doing good. You trading the news event right now? 200, what was it? What did I say? 228,000 when the expected was 135,000. The high, the forecasted high was 185,000. So that's really crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, wow. Let's go back to the charts here. Let me know in the chat what you guys are trading, if you guys are trading anything in particular right now, because this is really crazy. 200. I'm just 228. What did I say right before? What did I say right before the news came out? I was like, oh yeah, I think realistically, like it'll probably be around 125 or 145. I think it'll be like 10,000 up or down either way, but I was way off, almost 100,000 more. I'm interested to see what revised is later on. So okay, where are we at? We're at GBP USD. Let's check out JPY now. Yeah, just check out JPY, USD JPY, and yep, right here. Oh no, where are we at? What time is it? And yeah, that one we see that nice little retracement up. Man, I wonder if did anybody have any closed trades? Let's see if anybody has any closed trades. I want to see if anybody's taking advantage of these. You're watching the best goddamn show on the internet, son. Ryan, for asking what you're watching. We're looking at non-farm payroll right now, and we got a live news competition where people can win they win free subscriptions to this news squawk, where you get the most up-to-date news on the internet. But if you haven't signed up for BullRush, sign up for BullRush now, because there's tons. Watch, stay tuned. I'm gonna have another huge announcement. Huge announcements. Thousands of dollars being given away. Millions and millions. Sorry if you know that impression, but thousands of dollars we're gonna be giving away here in a sec. So make sure you stay tuned for that announcement. But let's see if anybody has any closed trades. So we got Euro USD here. What do we have here? SPX 500. So first place, Euro USD champ, and he's now 5.96% ahead trading Euro USD. So let's check out Euro USD. Let's see what he has been trading. News event was right here. Okay, so see if we can. This is the beautiful thing about BullRush, is not only can you see what everybody trades and what their equity is, what their returns are and all that, and what their most traded product is. You can click on this dashboard when you're in a competition, and boom, this is their competition dashboard. I can see all the competitions he's competed in. I can see his total XP, how many competitions he's won, how many prizes he's won. So he's won 3 competitions, which means he's gotten first place in 3 competitions, and he's placed high enough to win a prize in at least 4 competitions. So that's really great. Let's see, Euro USD. So he placed his first. Let me just move this up in case he has more. Nope. All right. So he placed his first one right at 12:30 when the competition ended, and held it for literally like 6 seconds. Lost a little bit here, and then oh no, so he didn't lose it. Oh, he made 1,200 profit right there. Then he did a little buy order on Euro or USD. So we could see right here. We could see right here where he probably purchased or the sell and then sold right here at some point. Within a few seconds, because yeah, so he sold right within here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, so he sold right here. This is where his first little bit of profit came from, and then he went in on a buy at 12:30 and got out at 12:31 and a half, we'll call it, and he made $170 there. So we can see probably right here at 12:30 he placed the buy, and it went up a little bit here. Oh. Yeah, 12:33 is when he sold it. So 12:34, some more sells Euro USD. So really great here. He's been doing really great. Obviously took advantage of it. Is sniping, lots of snipes right there. That's essentially what we can see here, is he's doing a lot of snipes. They're all like about 1 minute. His average hold duration is 32 seconds long. His average winning trade is $852, and his average losing trade is 0, because all we do is win no matter what. Sorry. If you go to user stats, though, we can see. So remember, I told you he won 4 prizes and won 3 competitions. Well, here we can see what exactly he won. So we can see he won a crypto weekend competition with 30% returns, and he won free entry into our March trading competition, which it costs $25 and has a $1,500 starting balance. And then he's won our 2-hour trading first place in 2-hour trading competitions, and the second place in our day trader, which is free entry into our Profit Quest competition, which only has a $5 entry fee and a $1,000 minimum prize pool. When I say minimum prize pool, that's like GTD and poker. It is the guaranteed prize pool that we are providing. Now, once the amount of people that entered hits 1,000, every dollar of entry fees that goes above that is going to go right into the prize pool. So we're guaranteeing 1,000, but it could be a lot more. So hypothetically, if you think about it, $5 an entry. If we get 5,000 people to enter, the prize pool will be like $4,000 instead of $1,000. right? So good thing to think about there. Let's go back here to the news squawk news trading competition. News squawk non-farm payroll trading comp. And what? Where did my boy go? My guy's gone. Champ, where you at, champ? Did he? Oh, he's all the way into fifth. So this is just how crazy these competitions are. My boy was in first place with a 5% lead. He probably, remember I was talking so good about him, and now he's at 2.9% because I guarantee we go in here. He's got an L in here somewhere now. No. No. Oh, you know what it was? He probably had some positions in there that he was holding. He hadn't closed a position, and it was giving him a bunch of yeah, that's exactly what it was. He had some open positions that he hadn't closed, and it was giving him a bunch of equity, and it probably reversed. If we look, well, so unfortunately, the one thing, as although we can see everything on BullRush, the one thing you can't do is you can't view people's or open trades. I'm sorry. Obviously, you can't view people's open trades because we'd be giving away their secret sauce. You could just copy their trades and then win just like they're winning. But once they close a trade, you can view their closed trades. I do not own BullRush. I just do social media and this live stream for BullRush, and I'm a big fan of BullRush. So no, I do not own BullRush. BullRush is for the people. So first place right now. Let me do a refresh before I go through all these and it changes again. We're going to just keep going through like the top 3 to top 5 because, like I said, it changes too much for me to go through everybody. But Pato Big 003 is in first place with a whopping 7.25%. And look at that. Second place, we got Vahi Bahia in second place with 7.16%. Only 0.08% behind from first place. 0.08% behind in first place. Thank you, Ryan. I seem to be because you seem to be knowing what you're doing. Yes. I've been here with BullRush since actually yesterday was my 1-year anniversary here with BullRush. I've been with BullRush for 1 year. I started April 3rd, 2024, right before we launched. We launched in June or July of 2024. So yes, it's my 1 year here. I've learned the ins and outs of BullRush, and I've learned a ton about trading as well. So you know, I've seen a lot of companies out here that are just, you know, them versus the trader, them versus, you know, the user. With us, I love BullRush so much because it's not just us versus the user and us versus the trader. It's actually not that at all. It's you guys versus yourselves and you guys versus each other. In the trading competitions, we literally don't care who wins because, and I say that like, you know, when you go to a brokerage or a prop firm or something like that, obviously you get a payout. It's going to cost them money. With us, we're paying out the prizes regardless. We have that $1,000 minimum prize pool for our Profit Quest competitions. We have the $1,500 minimum prize pool for our monthly competitions. We're paying that out regardless of who wins. So it really is, for those competitions, it's who is the best trader, and it's you versus your fellow trader. And then and if you want to get even deeper, it's you versus yourself. Can you stay profitable? Because if you look at these competitions, like homie here in first place is 7.25%. That's his returns right now. If you go to some of our past competitions real quick, just to show you, because I'm sure all of you have been in some other trading competition, which, remember, most other trading competitions are just marketing to get you to buy some other stuff. Ours, we're trading competitions. This is all we do for right now. We have a huge announcement coming in about a month or two, so stay tuned for that. But for right now, all we do is trading competitions. And if you look at some of our past competitions, so these are completed. This is a whole month-long competition. Now remember, a lot of these prop firms and a lot of these other trading competitions out here are going to have like 1,000% returns, 500% returns, 300% returns, especially for a competition that lasts all the way for one whole month. Here, this is a month-long competition. Out of 62 people, only 12 people remain. So So think about this too. Instead of having thousands of people you're competing against, because we have so many competitions, there's a much the participants are spread out amongst all the other competitions. So here for $1,500, you're only trading against 62 people. So can you trade better than 62 people? And here, because of our dynamic leveraging, we have the best rules, we have the best technology in the trading competition space out of any other company. You can't gamble. You can't, you can't just willy-nilly bloop 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 put in picks and get lucky. You have to be a good trader. So that's why here you see the first placer of a 1 month 30-day competition only has 32% returns. Second place, and look, I guarantee you he got lucky with that 32%, because we go down here, second place has 11.51%, third place has 10.29%, and fourth place has 9.81%. Ryan, thanks for spamming the chat. Who has won the most? So I don't know off the top of my head. I know we have a ton of people that have won. I've talked to somebody. I'm trying to remember what the biggest amount I've talked to somebody win that won. But we had our 10K competition winner win $5,000. So that's the most anybody's won from one competition so far is $5,000 with a payout. But as far as like people winning multiple competitions, I've seen some people win like 5 or 6 competitions, and I think I was talking to one guy and he won like $2,500 over like 3 or 4 competitions. We've had people do our challenges, which are challenges like prop firm challenges. You have to get a certain amount of profit before a certain amount of drawdown, but unlike prop firm challenges, you don't get a funded account. You get something, in my opinion, even better. If you buy a $50 challenge, and we can look at this just so in case so I'm not wrong, but here, if you buy, let's say, a $50 basic 2-to-1 challenge, you purchase it for $50 or 5,000 credits, and then if you win 14,000 credits or $140. So $50, you get 10% profit before you get 5% drawdown. You win $140. This is a great way to practice taking challenges before you go spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on a prop firm. Remember, I just showed you the $50 one, but we have them all the way down to $5. So you can take a $5 basic 2-to-1 challenge. If you're spending $5, if you pass it, you win $14. Ryan, are you going to sign up now? Oh, and I forgot. There's another way to look at who has won the most. So another way to look at like who's doing the best on BullRush is our XP leaderboard. We have 3 different leaderboards. XP leaderboard, which is who is the best trader on BullRush overall. We have our XP monthly leaderboard, which is who is the best trader and who's doing the most in BullRush this month. And then we have our daily trivia, which is just pretty much to see who is the best at daily trivia up here, which every day you can hop in here and do a daily trivia and you get some XP points. So everything you do within BullRush, you earn XP. Some things you earn more, some things you earn little. Ryan, you saying maybe? I don't know why you're saying maybe. It's completely free to join. And guess what? What I want you to do is I want you to create a free account. I want you to enter one of these free competitions, and I want you to win some money. And then once you win some money and you cash out, and that cash out hits your bank account or hits your crypto wallet within 1 hour, then use that code up here. Use the code right up here, AMA promo, for a 100% deposit bonus. So that means if you put in $50, we're gonna match your $50 and give you an extra $50. But before you put any money into the system, because you said maybe, hop in there, join one of our competitions, one of our free competitions, and just win and experience the beauty of BullRush. You're gonna learn a ton, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And plus, if you're in here early, who knows? Maybe I'll throw you a prize. If you sign up right now and send me your username, who knows? Maybe I'll throw you something. I'm known to be very Oprah-like and throw little prizes, little goodies around. So sign up today and let me know if you do, and maybe we'll get you something special. But here you go. Where are we at? I was just ranting for a while. We got 102 people in here. Welcome, everybody. The chat is going crazy. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Olson. Sharon Kumar. What's up, Sharon? Long time no see. Are you in the news trading competition? You better be. Real quick, let's do one more update here, and then I'll talk about a couple more news stories. Oh, we got Wayne in first place right now with 9.12%. We got Sachi99 in second place with 7.38%, only 1.74% behind first place. And we got Sammy1981 in third place with 6.28%, only 2.84% behind. Let's see any of these guys. Euro USD, like I said, Euro USD is what we were looking at earlier. Let's see what updates we got here with Euro USD. And now it's kind of flattened out a little bit. Anything with JBP USD. Yep, so they're all flattening out. Oh, I almost forgot. We never even looked at gold, did we? We never even looked at gold. So on daily chart here, let's get. Yes, so there's the news announcement right here, and then we hear a little fizzle out here. So very interesting. Yeah, if anybody caught this uptrend, any intraday traders, any swing traders here, congratulations. Oh, I guess I'm on a minute chart. Never mind. Right before the news event, congratulations. But yep, exactly what we expected here. Like I said earlier, if we saw the yeah, so big increase in volatility, like we said we were going to see in the 1 minute chart, the 5 minute chart, even bigger if you look at that. Wow. So very interesting, very interesting. One more refresh here, and then we'll go into our next news story really quick. TD Wayne still securing that first place spot. Sachi99 still in second. Trader X8877 has now overtaken Sammy1981 for that third place spot with 7.56% returns and 1.56% behind from. See, a lot of these people are just holding their trades for the entire hour. It's very interesting to see here. A lot of gold traders. Everybody loves gold here. Boom. We got a lot of gold traders. 1 Euro USD. The golds are not in first, and the Euro USD is in first. So I don't know what that tells you. But let's what? Oh, really quick. I got a quick word from our CEO, Ryan. You asked who owns BullRush. You're about to see him. We got a quick word from our CEO. So let me dial him in here, and then we'll go over some more news, and then I'll make the biggest announcement of the week. Stay tuned. We're going to be giving away $4,000. $4,000. So stay tuned. After this commercial, we're going to announce it. Boom. Whoop. Hit the wrong button. One sec. Whoop. Stay tuned. After this commercial, we're going to announce how you can win $4,000, or up to your share of $4,000, we'll say.
Welcome to BullRush Trading Competitions, where the thrill of trading meets the excitement of competitions. Are you ready to win big cash prizes? Well, come compete with BullRush, where you have the ability on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to win real cash prizes. At BullRush, we believe that trading competitions should be challenging and rewarding at the same time. You'll join an elite group of traders from around the world as you compete for cash prizes in these daily, weekly, and month-long competitions. We look forward to seeing you there. At BullRush, there's a competition for every skill set as well as every style of trading. We have day trader competitions where you can test your scalping strategies. We have weekly and month-long competitions where you can go and test your swing trading and position holding competitions. We even have news trading competitions where you can test your skills during news events to see if you are a good trader. Additionally, we have multi-round competitions and tournaments where it's a multi-stage where traders get divided into groups and they progress through the different groups until ultimately a champion is crowned in the final round. These last anywhere from 2 rounds to 12-round durations. With BullRush, you're not just joining a trading competition, you're joining a community. We foster a great competitive environment through our Discord channels, through our YouTube videos, and even through live chat features within the dashboard. And don't just trade once. Our unique XP score system allows you to grow at your own pace through our unique tracking mechanism, where you earn points for anything you do in the system, from logging in to answering daily trivia to competing in competitions competitions. Of course, if you win the competitions, you get more XP and you grow as a trader throughout that process. So are you ready to take your trading to the next level with BullRush? Click the link to join now and start winning cash prizes.
What's up, Sharon? I'm doing oh, you're not in the day trader. Ah, man, today was your day to be in the news trading competition. We're giving away some amazing prizes. I don't know if you heard, but we're giving away 6-month. One sec. Am I a little out of focus? Let me. Sorry, for some reason on my camera the focus gets a little messed up, a little stuck sometimes. But yeah, we'll this is the one to join if you're going to join anyone. We're giving away $5,000 worth of News Squawk subscriptions. Going to level up and skyrocket your trading game, your fundamental analysis, all that good stuff. So, and also, no, you're all good, bro. You're all good. Guess what? We're going to have it next month, beginning next Friday, or not next Friday, sorry. The first Friday of next month, we'll have another competition. We'll be giving away those amazing prizes again. Ryan, to answer your question, who do I think is going to win? I think the person that is in first place when the competition ends is going to win. But I know, sorry, terrible answer. But I look, every time I know this might be your first time watching. I know you're not on BullRush yet, so probably is your first time watching. But I always try to predict who wins like 10 minutes before. So like 10 minutes before the competition ends, I'm always trying to predict who wins, and I have almost never gotten it right. It's very volatile. These competitions are very exciting, and you'll see. The competition is going to end while we're on live, so I'll be in there for the last few minutes, and we can see how much everything moves around. But big moves in the currency markets today as U.S. dollar takes a hit following sweeping new tariffs announced by President Trump. I'm sure we all saw those images of all of the tariffs coming through. I saw a post the other day that was said, what did it say? It said, breaking news, new 40% tariffs on exporting PDFs. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I know I can't hear anybody laugh, but I hope somebody laughed here behind their computer listening to that. Exporting PDFs, I would be taxed so much. But the dollar is down sharply, nearly 6-month lows against both euro and yen after the White House imposed a 10% baseline tariff on all imports. The EU faces a 20% rate, Japan 24%, and Chinese goods now carry a staggering cumulative duty of 64%. I know Master Trade Forex asked me earlier if we saw any effects of these tariffs yet. No, not really. Egg prices have been expensive, but they're starting to level out, and that was unrelated to tariffs. That was due to some chicken disease going on in America. But the aggressive move has sparked fears of a global trade war and possible recession, with traders now pricing in up to 4 rate cuts from the Federal Reserve by year end. Risk-sensitive currencies like the Australian and New Zealand dollars also dropped due to their economic ties with China, while safe haven assets like yen, Swiss francs, bonds, and gold are seeing all strong inflows. All eyes now turn to the U.S. jobs report and speech from Fed Chair Jerome Powell as markets search for clues on how central bank might respond. Well, we see that the jobs report came out very strong, so we could from what we've seen here, we could see a reignition of the hawkish sentiment, and we should see a little bit more volatility in U.S. dollar pairs like we've seen already when we were reviewing the charts here. Equities and of course gold, we've seen lots more volatility. Personally, I think the gold bubble will pop eventually here. I think we'll see it come down a little bit and then get a little bit more stagnant for a while. I had somebody tell me I should buy gold now, and I was maybe I should. I might be wrong. It might just keep skyrocketing up, but at the end of the day, gold isn't as rare as we think. Lots of reserves there, so I don't think I think it'll level out and the bubble will pop a little bit on that. Very interesting though. I'm interested to see. Let me see if I can pull up actually the sheets here. where was it? See if I can find up the charts just so we can look at some of these tariffs. Reciprocal tariff. I'm trying to look at. Sorry, give me a few seconds here. I don't care about opinions here. I want the actual. Here you go. I think this headline says it's the full chart. All right. Get rid of all these ads here. Oh my lord. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, so China 67%, 34% discounted reciprocal tariff. I saw some on here, like some very small countries, which I heard there was nobody living. Like, how much stuff are we getting from Turkmenistan? A 10% tariff. Where was it? There was another one in here. Oh, here. Heard and McDonald Island. The population of those islands are literally 0 people. Nobody lives on those islands, and we have 10% tariffs to both of them. You know, I think a lot of it is, I think this is more of how do I word this? It's more of a reactionary, like, kind of, you know, poking the bear. We're poking every other country, saying like, hey, what's good? What are we doing here? Like, you know, can we lower it? Can we work out a deal here? Can we work out a trade deal? Yeah, some countries we might go into a trade war with, unfortunately. Ryan, do you live? I mean, I'm pretty sure I looked it up earlier. It said like the population was literally 0. But if you do live there, I mean, you got me, buddy. You got me there. If you do live there, we're just going to move on. Gold is back in the spotlight this week, smashing through record highs as global investors seek safety amid growing economic uncertainty. The precious metal has surged past previous highs, fueled by central bank buying, renewed retail interest, and regulatory changes, including a green light from China allowing insurance firms to invest in gold. Ryan, you might live there temporarily. I don't. If you sign up for BullRush, guess what? If you sign up for BullRush, we have to do AML KYC because we're paying you big bucks when you win. So we'll find out. I haven't seen anybody from that those islands yet. Well, I already forgot what they were called. 2 names, whatever the 2 names were. But I haven't seen anybody from those islands yet on BullRush. So I'd be very interested to see when you do sign up, because we all know you're gonna sign up because it's a no-brainer to sign. It's literally free. It's free. If you want to, win more money and have the chance to win more money, yeah, putting money in the system, taking challenges, joining paid competitions. But every single day we have multiple free competitions. So once I see you join, maybe we'll see, we can put that to the test to see if you're really from there. But like I said, I'm still waiting for you to put your username here in the chat so I can send you a little gift. Sorry. I think it's because I'm moving around so much. It just keeps losing on me. I don't know what's good here, but yeah. So China is now allowing allowing insurance firms to invest in gold, but technical signals suggest a breather could be coming. A shooting star candlestick pattern spotted on the chart has historically hinted at short-term pullbacks. Analysts still remain bullish long-term, with some projecting gold could climb to 3,395 by late May after a likely period of consolidation. If we do see a dip, key support levels to watch out for are $3,048, $2,953, and $2,858, all potential zones where buyers may be stepping back in. Bro. Master Trade for Best just said, Davin, do you eat arepa in breakfast? Now, if you're talking about, I think it's Colombian, the arepa where it's like two corn, I guess they're not even tortillas, two corn things with cheese in the middle. Totally off topic right now, but you did just mention one of my favorite foods. If you're talking about this, you talking about this, brother? Like these little arepas? I love these guys. These things are so good. I don't know what's all in there. I don't like all that stuff. But the ones with just cheese in the middle, oh, so good. Arepa con queso. If anybody that doesn't know, I live in South Florida, just north of Miami. So I love these arepas. I got a great spot here for arepas. Really random question, but I don't eat them for breakfast. Usually it's late night after the club or after the bar or something like that. But yeah, I do like it. Arepas. Funny side note here. Let's get back into the dashboard. I think everybody here is waiting for that big announcement here, is waiting for how am I giving away $4,000 today? I think you all want to know that. So let's hop in here. Whoop, we're still with the arepas. Let's reload this here. Let's see what's going on. Yes, Master Trade for Best. I love arepas. And since you confirmed that's what you were talking about. Let me know. Do you eat them for breakfast? Ryan, you like arepas? Real nice. Yes. Real quick before we go into that $4,000 announcement, we got Emmett07 in first place with 16.59% returns. We got my boy Shivam. Shivam, if you're listening, what's up, my brother? I've talked to him before. I've done an interview with him. He's in second place with 13.07% return. And we got Poti in third place with 12.55% returns, 4% behind from the first place leader. Let's see if there's anybody else we know here. We got Champ slowly crawling his way back. He was in first place, then he got all the way down to 15th place, and now he's crawling his way back up here. He's in 5th place. Let's see who is going to win. You know what, Ryan, you asked me to make a prediction. Here is my prediction. It's very early. We still got 20 minutes left in this competition. But I'm going to make a prediction that I think Champ is going to end up in the top 3. That's my word. That's my prediction there. I think Champ is going to end up in the top 3, and I think Champ and Shivam are going to end up in the top 3. Once we get closer, I'm going to make an exact first, second, and third prediction. But I think Champ and Shivam here are going to end up in the top 3. If anybody else here is listening and I didn't say your name, I'm sorry. It's not against you. I've just seen Shivam before. I know he's a solid trader. And Champ, he's the champ, so he's got to be in first place. I mean, with a name like that. But without further ado, what you guys have all been waiting for, how can you win your share? Oop, I got to sign in. How can you win your share of $4,000? How, you ask? Well, you've probably already seen it pop up on my screen a little bit. If you're on the BullRush dashboard, you've probably seen it come up here. But we have our new creators leaderboard. So if you don't know, now you know. With your build your own competition, you can earn up to 23% commission off of every entrance. So if you run your own competition with your friends, you have everybody pay $10 and you want to do 10% commission, you're going to get $1 from every person that joins. So if 10 people join, you're going to earn $10 USD. and $90 USD will go into the prize pool. Now, on top of that, whoever has at the end of April, so this is running from April 1st, so it already started, all the way until April 30, is it 30th or 31st? What do we got this month? April 30th. So all the way until April 30th, whoever has the most users in their competition is going to win their share of $4,000. So first place is going to win $2,500. Second place is going to win $1,000, and third place is going to win $500. What do you need to do? Or what is the creators leaderboard? Well, the creators leaderboard is a high stakes challenge that puts you in the driver's seat. Build your own trading competitions, rally your audience, and prove you can attract the most active players. The bigger the engagement, the closer you get to ruling the competition and taking home a share. Some things to note with this competition: you can't just have people enter the competition. People have to enter the competition and place at least one trade, and that counts for one person. You also it doesn't just have to be one competition. So if you have 5 competitions and each of those 5 competitions have 10 people in it, that's 50 people that go towards your total, right? It doesn't have to be 50 people in one competition. You can have 10 competitions all with 10 people that placed one trade, and then boom, you're in the running. Again, first place $2,500, second place $1,000, third place $500. If you don't remember how to create your own competition, all you're going to do is go over here, click the competitions drop down, click build your own over here. Let it load a little bit. Here you can see, obviously, we're promoting that you could win $4,000 worth of prizes, and go over here to build your own competition. Now you'll notice down here we have all of our public competitions. Everybody's starting competitions here because these people want to win some moolah. You can also hit view all. Right now these are the only ones that we have that are starting at the moment. You can see all the ones that are currently going on. We got Dio over here with a free competition. So remember, if you want to do a free competition, the $500 promo credits or credits that you have to pay to start the competition, which is equal to 5 USD, but you remember you can use promo credits, that will go toward the prize pool. So he's doing 40% of the prize pool, so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter if it's a free competition or a paid competition, as long as it's a competition and you have the most amount of people in all of your competitions out of anybody on BullRush, you can win the $2,500, and as long as you're the second most, you can win $1,000, and as long as you're the third most, you can win $500. Really quick, how you do that, remember I said go competitions, build your own, and then click this beautiful button over here that says build your competition. Once you click on that build your competition tab or button, oh, I didn't actually click on it. I missed. You'll go over here. You can name your competition and name it whatever you'd like. The best comp ever. Select a start time. We'll start ours on Monday, and we want it to be a 1-week competition. So now, since you did that, it'll tell you the exact start time, 12 a.m. Eastern time. It'll tell you the time wherever you are. So I'm in EDT right now. I'm on the East Coast, like I said, Miami, MIA. Are we in Miami? We'll say the last word, but and then it'll show you the completion end time, Monday, April 14th at 12 a.m. Eastern. You can choose if you want it public, which if it's a public competition, remember anybody over here, it'll come up like one of these comps here. Give it a sec. It'll come up like one of these competitions where anybody can just join and register for free. And then if you choose private, it'll still come up over here. I don't see any private competitions at the moment. Yep, all of these are public. But if you, for some reason, you decide you want it public, if you want to do it with just a couple friends, like 4 or 5 friends in your friend group, you can do private and create a code, and then also you can set a max amount of participants. So if I said 4, like I just said, we can put 4 and only 4 people will be able to join. But we'll do public. You can choose your starting balance, anything from 1,000 to 1 million. We'll do 1 million. You can choose your maximum daily drawdown. So we'll do daily, we want to do 5%, and then maximum total drawdown, we want to do 15%. And then you can choose here free entry or paid. Let's say we want to do a $10 competition. So 1,000 credits, right? That would be $10. Now here's where I can select how much I want to take. I could take 0% if I'm doing it with a bunch of friends, like I said earlier, and I just want to see who's the best trader amongst my friends. I could do a 0%, and then only 2% gets taken for our fee, which would be 20 cents per person that enters, and then 100 credits or $1 gets taken for the platform fee, which is the match trader fee. This fee, every time we open up a new account here, it costs us $1. So that's just that fee. So if you started out with a 0% rake, you're going to get $9.80 or 980 credits. That goes to the prize pool. You get 10 people to join. That's $98 in the prize pool that you can, give all to first place, 50% to first, 25 to second, however you want to break it down, you can do that. Or here you can choose, like I said earlier, you can choose like a 10% rake. So right here, and that means I'm taking 10%. So $1 to the platform, $1 to the creator, so $1 to me because I started it, and then 20 cents to BullRush for their BullRush fee, and that means $8.80 or 880 credits will be added to each prize pool. Now you select the tradable products, all Forex, indices, crypto, oil, or metals, and then one thing to note, if you want to do a free competition, you can also do stocks. The one thing is, you can do, if you click all, you can't do stocks. So it's either stocks or one of these individual ones or all of them except for stocks. Unfortunately, due to our legal team, we can't right now mix stocks with anything else or do stock competitions for paid competitions. Next, you select your payout fee. So like I said, you could do like 50% to first place, 30% to second place, and then now here it tells me I had 80%. I have 20% left, so now I can just do 20% to third place, and that's how the prizes are going to get distributed. Or if I want to do even more, I can do even more and break it down even further. You want to add a header, make sure you add a competition card. That's going to be this card right here. If you don't add your own competition card, be aware, this is what it's going to look like, pretty much like these few here. You won't see anything. If you do want to have a really cool one, you can obviously edit your own competition card like you see here. For this one, where'd it go? Right here. For this guy or this one, these guys all created their own competition card. Next, you're going to have your banner, which is desktop, tablet, and mobile. Make sure you do all 3 sizes. If you just do one size, it's going to look really funky on all the other ones. And that banner is going to be this. When you click on it, it's going to be this up here. So this is your competition card. And then this is your banner. If you don't, this is how the desktop looks. If you don't do it for phone, it's going to be, well, I guess you can't see me doing the hand signals on the screen, but it's going to be like cut out like right here and here, or it's going to be like smushed and it's going to be all weirdly sized. Or it might just not pop up at all and you might get our basic generic one. Next, you can add additional rules. You can add whatever you'd like. You can also add a website. So I could do like click here. And then when I click here, I could add a link, .com, and then so now when people want to join, you see it comes up like this, and they can click. So you can add your website, your blog, your social medias, whatever you'd like. And then of course, like I said, there is a fee, a 500 credit fee, but you can use promo credits or regular credits. Let's say you have 300 promo credits. What it'll do is it'll use 300 of your promo credits and then 200 of your real credits. But either way, you could use promo credits or real credits depending on what you would like. Easy as that, right? So let's hop back in here into the news trading competition and see what is going on here. Ryan, you still with me, man? I haven't seen your username here. I'm 100% serious. You sign up and you create a free account. Mark my words, I'm gonna send you a prize. You got me hooked now. I want to get you on BullRush. I want to improve your life here. Woo! drinking Red Bull. I'm about to have wings. You're going to see me start flying off here. We got 20 minutes. We got 10 minutes until this competition ends. So let's do a quick look at anything that's updated here, and then we'll go into my last news story. Oh, okay. Well,
So using a stop loss.
I'm also going to give you a quick. We have an interview next later today. I think at 10 a.m. dropping. I'm going to give you a quick teaser of that interview as well here in just a second. So stay tuned for
That's
that.
a good point. Because
stay tuned for that here. It'll be dropping at 10 a.m. Okay. All right. What were we doing? Oh yeah. Let's see what changed here. Really quick. So we got 9 minutes. Nice, bro. Let's go. Ryan, also, you know what? If you want to stay on for the whole day, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not live streaming all day. I'm probably gonna end here in about 15-20 minutes. But if you want, check out bullrush.com and bullrush.tech. The link is in our bio. And if you sign up, DM me either on Twitter or Instagram, and just tell me you're Ryan879512 from Twitch, and I'll make sure and say that and say here's my username, and I'll send you a prize. Don't worry, I'm gonna send you something in your account. I'll DM you and I'll tell you what to do, because like I said, you're gonna love this. If you've traded before, you're gonna really love it. If you've never traded before, you're gonna learn a ton, and it's gonna change your life for the better. But right now in first place, we got TradeX8877. He's in the running for that 6-month subscription, 19.86%. Wow, this man. Let's see if all his trades are close. He's He's almost 10 points ahead from second place. So I think he might win, Ryan. But this competition is going to end here very soon. We see, man, again, no losing trades, 100% win rate. 3,971 is his average winning trade. Average duration 11 minutes, and his total volume traded 155 lots. Here we can see that he has no open positions, so he's smart. He's not over trading. One of the worst things I see people do is they're in first place and they just continue to trade and trade and trade, and then they either lose or they have an open position that you know, that just takes away all of their equity. And when do I go live? So we go live on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube every Friday, usually at 8:30 in the morning to 9:30. So 1 hour we'll go live, 8:30 to 9:30. But this on new non-farm payrolls, we'll go live a little bit early, either 8 a.m. or 8:15 a.m. to still 9:30ish. And when we'll go over. But right now, today, probably I'll go a little past 9:30 to be honest. But yeah, every single Friday from 8:30 in the morning Eastern time to 9:30 a.m. Eastern is our general. If you pop in between that time, we're going to be live. Sometimes we start a little bit early, like I said, though. For a sec, I thought that said, where do you live? I was like, brother, that island where you live. But second place, we got Champ. What did I say? Champ would be top 3. He's at 9.62%, 10.24% behind first place. And we got Kingsley FX in third place, 6.78% returns. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We got Amit07 in fourth place, 6.56 returns, trading JUR 40, US 30, Euro USD, and JUR 40. Well, let's get into some other news here really quick. We got 5 minutes until this competition ends. So before this competition ends, I'm going to say my last news piece, and then I know Champ may be first. So you know what? Let me give my predictions right now. Then we'll go into the news, the last news article, and then we'll go back and check out how this competition ended. But my prediction now is I'm going to say Champ. I mean, let's do one more refresh just in case some things already changed. But I mean, honestly, this first placer is staying pretty solid. So my prediction is going to be Champ stays in second place here, and I think that I'm going to say Artist FX down here is going to pop up into third place. I think it's going to be a big upset here, and seventh place here is going to pop into third place. I think these two are going to stay the same. Trade X 8877, which usually never happens in the last 5 minutes of a competition. So, like the first 5 spots are always moving around crazy, especially these 1 hour competitions. But I'm going to say Trade X 887 first place, Champ second place, and then Artist FX is going to make a sweeping comeback all the way from seventh place to to third place. So Trade X, Champ, and then Artist FX. But before we get into that, I got one more news article here, one more thing to talk about. You guys know my favorite thing to talk about, it's what I started trading in, is crypto. So let's take a quick look at the top crypto performers over the past 7 days since I last talked to you last week. And how the markets are reacting amid global uncertainty and shifting investor sentiment. So lots of crazy stuff happening. I've been hearing a lot of people talking smack about Bitcoin. Of course, I always think it's funny. I think Bitcoin could go all the way. I mean, it's already been in, I think, 70s at some point in the past few weeks. But I think it could go all the way down to the 70s and stay there before it goes back up. But what I always tell people, I was just talking to somebody yesterday about specifically Bitcoin. One of my buddies was asking me, like, oh, what do I buy? Should I buy Bitcoin now? Should I sell Bitcoin now? And I was like, listen, brother. You're not selling if you're buying anything, right? I would say unless you're really taking a look and studying and doing your own research. First off, don't just DM somebody on like people have been doing to me. Don't just DM people on the internet. Don't just ask random people on the internet what to do. Go to a real financial advisor. Go to a wealth expert. Go to somebody like Kevin Malone, which we've had an interview with on Twitter. Go to somebody like that who knows what they're doing. Second thing, if you're going to buy anything, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, I told him, I was like, buy Bitcoin. Don't buy these other meme coins. Don't buy Haktua coin or like freaking, glitter boobs coin or whatever weird meme coins out there. Or even Solana. And I own Solana, Ethereum, XRP. I love all those as well. But if we're really talking about what I have, what really has a solid stance, and even though a lot of people have bad things to say about it, I think Bitcoin, if you hold it for 10 to 20 years, or let's say 10 to 15 years, you'll be happy. We can't predict what. There's people that say, oh, Bitcoin in the next 10, 20 years is going to be 500,000. And I've heard, if you talk to Michael Saylor, he thinks in the next 20 years, Bitcoin's going to be at $20 million a coin. So, I think regardless of what people think it's going to be at, I think it'll hold its value. And I think if over the next 20 years, it'll perform with the S&P, if not way better than that. And, look at it as an IRA. I say look at Bitcoin as a risky IRA. Don't invest as much as you would invest into your IRA, but invest some money if you want something, if you want a long-term risky strategy, or we'll call it aggressive strategy. If you want a long-term aggressive strategy. But if you put money into Bitcoin, like any money I have in Bitcoin, I'm not even thinking about it for the next 10 years, at least minimum 10 years. Every live you're going to do, I'm going to try to be in it. Ryan, thank you. I appreciate you. Every live I do, I'm going to be looking for your name. Ryan 879512. Ingrained in my brain. So I'll never forget you. I'll be looking out for you. And like I said, Whoa, we got the competition ended. So, you know what? We're going to run this one a little longer. We're going to review this. I'm going to answer Master Trade for Best's question after we look at who won this competition. And then I'm going to talk about my last news story here, and then we're going to wrap it up. But let's really quick, Master Trade for Best, before I talk about meme coins with you, let's look at who won this competition really quick. So hit a refresh just in case. Was I right? The anticipation is killing me, man. Okay, so we got Trade X88. Oh my gosh, I was completely wrong. So we got Trade X8877 in first place with 19.86%. Congratulations, man, on the 6-month subscription to New Squawk. Round of applause. Second place, we got Teed Wayne with 8.68% returns and 11.18% behind first place, winning a 3-month New Squawk subscription, and Sammy 1981 winning a 3-month snooze. Bro, this one's rough. A 3-month subscription to New Squawk, 6.61% returns. We got Pato Big 003. We got Champ in 5th place. Come on, Champ. I thought you were really going to make it. I thought you were going to squeeze up in there and stay in 2nd place. But, you know, whatever. You still win 1 free month to New Squawk. We got Vinny May, 1 month of New Squawk. Magi Gari Jr., Mishawais Amit, and Lapar FX. Man, I was really hoping where did my 7th placer go here? Trader, I don't know. Artist FX is in 15th place. So you see, Brian, exactly what I'm saying. Every time it's almost like have you guys ever heard of the Drake curse? You know, Drake the rapper. It's every time he bets on a sports team, they lose. It's like they call it the Drake curse. It's almost like I got the Davin curse. Every time I bet on somebody winning, they poop out, like, over. Sorry, you did great. I didn't mean to say that, but like 15th place. Like, I'm sorry I put the Davin curse on you. No, next time you'll win. I feel confident. But congratulations to everybody that won. This has been a great competition. Make sure to check your emails for your prize and to sign up for New Squawk and get that subscription. If you haven't, check out New Squawk. New Squawk is great. You don't only get those important red folder events, but they also have news, data releases, commentary, and then you have this audio up here where you can look at multi-assets, equities, and you can listen to their audio, almost like a radio show, and hear these news events go through. Of course, here we have global news, so we can see the most up-to-date news articles. We got U.S. President Trump posts, China played it wrong. They panicked. The one thing they cannot afford to do. We got central banks, FOMC meeting minutes. We got the whole review of what came out here. Whole review of what came out here with U.S. China CPI and FOMC. Lots of really great news. I'm not going to give away too much of the sauce, or else y'all will get lost in the sauce. But make sure you get your own New Squawk account or trade in our next non-farm payroll competition, so that way you can win it. Ryan, share this with all your friends. Make sure you follow us on Twitch so you don't miss it, and follow us on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and anything, TikTok, whatever you got. Follow us on all things so you don't miss this. I really appreciate you saying that you could watch it for months. I get tired of my own voice, so I appreciate that. But without further ado, let's wrap up this crypto story real quick, because I just wanted to do a quick review of what each of the top 5, I think, biggest cryptos, and I think most people would agree, the big daddies in crypto are doing right now. So Bitcoin's holding steady around 81,800 after peaking near 84,600 earlier this week. Volatility continues as traders weigh the impact of recent tariff announcements and macroeconomic risks. Ethereum is trading just under 1,770, down slightly from its high of $1,830, and it's showing some hesitation, mirroring broader market uncertainties. Ripple XRP, which, by the way, side note, besides Bitcoin, I hate, obviously I would not recommend anybody buying crypto or anybody buying any crypto besides Bitcoin, but my gamble in trading is XRP. I think XRP is the one crypto where I'm putting a little bit more money into, because I think, obviously with the banks and with the SEC dropping the lawsuit, I think it's got some good potential. But now to the shitty part. I bought a lot of it before $2, and then I bought a whole bunch more when it was at like $3, and then now it's sitting at $2.02, maintaining a tight range between $1.97 and $2.10. Traders are watching closely as legal clarity and market sentiment continues to shape its path. Like I said, I don't think they dropped it yet, but I think they're about to drop the SEC case. So once that goes, I think we'll be in the clear on that, and I think we should see that start pumping again. Of course, that's the crypto that all banks, the Ripple is trying to get all banks to use for their transactions. Instant transactions, very low fees, amazing cryptocurrency. Next up, we got 88 or Cardano, which has slipped about 1.5% this week, now around 63 cents. Analysts are noting increased whale activity, with some expecting a potential retest of the 50-cent level, which would be pretty big there. But honestly, nothing out of the ordinary with how the crypto market has been going this, I almost said this month, but honestly, year to date, we've seen lots of crazy stuff happening. Over to Solana. Solana is hovering near $114 after bouncing between $112 and $119. But bulls are hoping for momentum heading into next week, with technicals hitting at a possible technicals hinting at a possible breakout, which would be huge for all of our... What's up, Dr. Pinky, or Dr. Khalifa? I'm sorry, I don't know. I said hand pinky, pink waving. Oh, I read that completely wrong. Sorry. What's up, Dr. Khalifa? Wow, years. Ryan, you're just glazing me right now. I'm making my ego pop. Do you see my head getting bigger? Thank you so much. What else was I about to say? Oh, yeah. Master Trade for Best. I didn't even answer your question. Meme coins. Don't buy them. How I feel about meme coins. If you want to invest in meme coins, let's say you want to invest $100 into meme coins, right? You're going to take that $100 bill, you're going to drive down the road to the closest casino, and you're going to play blackjack. Because guess what? I think you got better chances playing blackjack than you do investing in meme coins. That's it. I mean, I had really quick. I've said this story a few times on this this live stream, and I've said it in previous podcasts. Actually, the podcast that's coming out here later today at 10 a.m. I said it as well, but I invested in meme coins one time really quick. I found $30 in a Solana wallet somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I've heard about this meme coin thing. Let me put it into Pump.Fund. So I transferred it to my Pump.Fund wallet. I put the $30 into Pump.Fund, I couldn't even tell you what meme coin it was, some random meme coin. I did the research. I looked at, I put it in all the scanners and the rug was it Rugzy XYZ or whatever, to see if it's a rug pull and all that stuff. Seemed good. Put my money in there. $30 turned into like $400 or $500, and I was like, hell yeah! And I was cooking dinner at the time. I was cooking some steaks. So while I was cooking, I saw it go all the way up from $30 to like $400 or $500, and I was like, you know what? My hands were dirty, so I was like, let me finish cooking this steak. Let me wash my hands, and then I'll sell, right? While I was cooking the steak, I watched it go up, and then poop all the way down, and guess what? My $400 or $500 turned into literally $0. Like I think if they could have made it negative and I owed them more money, they would have. And I looked, and it was one whale that sold like 500 grand, or like it was like $450,000 worth of the coin. And I looked, and they put in like $1,000. So not really, you know. I wouldn't invest in meme coins. Long story short, people ask me I feel like every live stream somebody's asking me about meme coins, and I say the same thing. If you're gonna invest in meme coins, you have a better chance. Just buy. Just don't buy. Just don't buy meme coins. Don't try to buy meme coins unless you don't have morals, and you want to start your own coin, and you want to link up with a celebrity and do a big rug pull with a celebrity, make some money. But at that point, you're scamming, and that's up to your own morals. But I'm not gonna tell you what to do or what not to do. Just meme coins, and buy Bitcoin, man. That's it. I'm going to play a quick little segment here from our podcast. So that I just did with the amazing, the wonderful, the great and powerful Mandy Rafsanjani, trading psychologist. So let me play that really quick, and boom, right here. I'm just gonna. It's about just under an hour podcast. Like I said, it's releasing in 20 minutes at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna just play the intro here for you, and then we'll wrap this baby up.
Using a stop loss at first feels like infringing on our freedom. To the fear of losing money, it's the fear of losing the prop account. So there's an additional fear that is being introduced into an area that is already uncertain, that is already triggering a lot of our fears. Most traders lose money in the fear of losing money and trying to avoid losing money. Yeah. It's the same in relationship. Most relationships don't end well because one of the partners has the fear of losing the other partner.
What's up, guys, and welcome. And for the rest, you're just gonna have to wait and see. That was it. Like I said, really great interview. We got into some really great topics there about stop loss, like why people don't use stop loss. There's a big thing about people thinking stop loss is something negative. If you use a stop loss, that means you failed or you lost, but it's really a positive thing because it's locking in your future gains is how you got to think about it. And we talked about a ton of other things a lot. She's a trade psychologist, so we talked about all of the trading mindset, trading psychology, and honestly I learned a lot just for my personal self of just mindset and how to become successful. So this is a podcast you can't miss. You gotta watch it. If I talk slow, put it in 2x speed, but you don't want to miss it. It's you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna get some very, very, very good information, and check out Mandy. Check out Mandy Rafsanjani and check out this podcast. It's on our YouTube channel. It's going to be, like I said, premiering at 10 a.m. this morning in 18 minutes. So check that out. Again, for anybody new here, Ryan, I'm talking to you. For anybody new here, like Ryan, make sure you sign up to BullRush right now. Join one of our free competitions. Do our free trivia. We have trivia every week on Saturday at 9 a.m. We have daily competitions every single day that start at 5 p.m. and end 5 p.m. the next day. We have hour-long competitions every single day. Sorry. Hour-long competitions every single day. We have our monthly competition every single month, which just started, which you can still enter right now. And then we have our Profit Quest competition every single week, which also you can enter right. Or actually, I think the Profit Quest is going to be ending here soon, but it'll start on Sunday again. Make sure you enter that. And then last but not least, we have our crypto competition. If you like crypto or you trade Forex and you just don't want to sit there and do nothing all weekend, join our crypto competition. Starts at 5 p.m. today, and you can trade all weekend long. Not all cryptos, but most of the important ones. All the important ones you can trade and earn and win cash money. So if you want to win cash money, hop into BullRush. Make sure you use code AMA promo code to get a 100% deposit bonus. Follow us on all of our social medias at BullRushComp on Twitter, at BullRush_comp on Instagram, and at BullRush Competition and BullRushComp on YouTube. BullRush Competition on YouTube for any of our walkthroughs, kind of BullRush. Like if you're wondering how to do anything on our website or on our website and platform, go to BullRush Competition. If you want to get educational content, we put out weekly educational clips, interviews where you're going to see this Mandy Rafsanjani interview. You're going to want to go to BullRush Comp, which is the YouTube that I'm streaming this on currently. So if you're on this YouTube, make sure you make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share it with your friend. Ryan, I'm talking to you. Share this with your friends if you could watch me all year long. And of course, like always, I will see you next week with another action-packed episode. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody has a wonderful trading week next week. And I'll see you next Friday, which is Friday, April 11th. Just so you know, too, Friday, April 11th, I'll have one more pod. So I have two more, and then I'm going on my honeymoon. We'll have some other content scheduled out for you guys, so you don't miss me. But just so you're aware, we won't have a direct live stream for those 2 weeks. But like I said, we'll have other content in the meantime for you. But I'll see you next week, March 11th. AMA promo code 100% deposit bonus. Ryan, I'll see you next week as well. Looking forward to seeing you. Dr. FX, I'll see you next week. Master Trade Forex, I'll see you next week. Chunar, I'll see you next week. Dr. Khalifa, I'll see you next week. Everybody else, I'll see you next week. Master Trade for Best, I'll have an arepa for you, and then you have an arepa for me, and we'll both be arepaed up, and we'll both be happy. Stay blessed. Have a nice weekend and week next week. Stay blessed. Trade, compete, and win. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.